By the time you finish listening to this, your future might already be decided.
You know, for years, the very people building this technology, the brightest minds out there, have been trying to warn us. They've been screaming that what's coming is bigger and way more dangerous than anything humanity has ever created before.
That world of perfectly faked realities you see in the movies, it's not coming. It's already here. With just a single click, things can be created that make it almost impossible to trust what you see with your own two eyes.
What if you got a call right now from someone you love? Their voice sounds exactly right, they're in trouble, they're begging for money. This isn't science fiction anymore. It is happening. AI is being turned into a weapon for fraud on a scale we have just never seen before. And then there's that quiet fear, the one that sits in the back of all of our minds. The fear that we are literally building our own replacements. The fear of mass unemployment as these machines start to do the very things we thought only a human could do.
So what is this force that's been unleashed? To even begin to understand the chaos of today, we have to go back. Back to the very beginning. Back to a dream. And here's the surprising part. This story, it doesn't start with corporate greed or some thirst for power. It actually starts with a vision for a better world. Okay, picture this. The year is 2015. Two titans of tech, Sam Altman and Elon Musk, they come together with this incredible idea for a nonprofit AI lab. They called it OpenAI. The goal was so simple and so noble, to build artificial intelligence not for profit but for the good of all humankind. And they made a promise to fund this dream, $1 billion. But then a crack appeared in the foundation. In 2018, Elon Musk walked away, and with him, that promise of nearly $1 billion just vanished. Out of that massive pledge, he'd only put in $45 million. The dream was on the verge of total collapse.
So they had to make a choice, a really tough one. To save the project, OpenAI made a compromise that basically changed its destiny forever. They switched from a pure nonprofit to something called a capped profit model. And that move, it attracted a new partner, Microsoft, who came in with $1 billion of their own. Suddenly, the independent lab built to protect us from corporate control was now backed by one of the biggest corporations on the planet.
With all this new power and this new structure, the experiment was finally ready. And on one specific day, they decided to unleash it on an unsuspecting world. You're going to want to remember this date, November 30th, 2022. It's the day the world as we knew it really began to change. The day OpenAI released a simple little chatbot to the public completely for free. And they called it ChatGPT. And what happened next? I mean, nobody could have possibly predicted it. It took just 5 days, 5, to reach 1 million users.
To really put that into perspective, just look at this. Netflix took 3.5 years to hit that same milestone. Instagram, which was a viral sensation, took 2.5 months. ChatGPT did it in the time it takes to get through a work week. It became the fastest growing product in history.
So why? Why did it just explode like that? Well, for one, it was just dead simple. Anybody could use it. It was free, so of course, everybody did. But the real magic, the thing that changed everything, was this. For the very first time, talking to an AI felt like talking to another person. A person who somehow knew everything about, well, everything.
The entire world was mesmerized. All we could see was the promise. But in all of that excitement, we were maybe a little slow to see the peril that came right along with it. The very dangers its own founders had been so afraid of. And this right here is the double-edged sword of AI. On one side, you have this incredible promise, a personal assistant, a powerful tool for education, a key to unlock insane productivity. But on the other side, there's a dark reflection. The AI hallucinates, meaning it tells you lies with complete confidence. It can clone a voice in 3 seconds to scam your family. And it can generate political propaganda designed specifically to manipulate you. For decades, we were told the same story. Robots would take the manual jobs first, the factory jobs, the driving jobs. But they were wrong. The first jobs on the chopping block were the ones we thought were uniquely human. Writers, artists, musicians. The complete opposite of what every expert predicted. And the machine that's powering this whole revolution? It is incredibly hungry. The estimated cost is $700,000 per day just to keep ChatGPT running. The amount of money and energy required is just staggering.
But the cost isn't just in dollars and cents. This technology is flawed in a way that can be truly, deeply dangerous. It doesn't have a heart. It has no soul. It has zero empathy. And this isn't some philosophical debate. There are documented cases of people, including teenagers, who have taken their own lives after talking with AI chatbots that were just not equipped to handle a real human crisis.
And this brings us right to the edge, to the final, ultimate question that this technology forces every single one of us to confront. Where is all of this heading?
See, you have to understand this isn't just normal progress. This is an avalanche. And why is it moving so fast? Because for the first time in human history, the tool is now building the next version of the tool. AI is improving itself, creating this feedback loop that is accelerating completely beyond our control. There's a word for this theoretical endgame. It's called the singularity. It's that hypothetical moment when AI's intelligence actually surpasses our own. The point of no return, where its growth becomes so fast and so irreversible that human history, as we know it, just ends, and a new, unknowable chapter begins.
And just look at how fast we're approaching it. In January of 2022, experts were comparing AI's intelligence to that of a 7-year-old. By December of that same year, less than 12 months, it had leaped to the level of a 9-year-old. That rate of learning is terrifying. And today, the truth is, no one really knows.
We set out to build a tool to benefit all of humanity. That was the dream. But as we stand here now, looking out at a future that is accelerating away from us faster than we can comprehend, we have to ask ourselves the most important question of our time. Are we building our replacement?